Welcome to Mac Moments. I am Melissa Chavez, founder and CEO. This podcast is a space for honest conversations about focus, leadership, and what it really looks like to build and grow a business in real time. Each episode is a moment to slow down, think clearly, and move forward with intention. Let us get started. Brand integrity in a noisy market. What do we mean when we say there is so much noise in today's market? Things change so quickly, and there are so many trends out there, and there's this intense pressure to be visible. We're constantly getting advice from different people. We are inundated with all of these options. That is all of the noise. And it can be a great hardship. It can be so much to take in. So if brand integrity is not volume, what is it? It is consistency, it is alignment, and your brand is trust over time. People are most comfortable doing business with people that they trust. What does integrity require when no one is watching? I think about when I first started my marketing company. We were handling primarily promotional items, and we were ready to explore other services of marketing, which is something I was always wanting to do, and I knew that was in the plan. And I had somebody approach me at the very beginning to help them with that aspect of their business. While I could have taken that project on, I knew my own bandwidth would not provide them with the results that they were wanting or needing. So I chose to refrain from that project. And I know for a fact that was the right decision, not just for my own brand, but for my client. We would not have serviced her to the capacity that I expect. Could it have been easy money? Absolutely. Would it have been successful? Potentially, but not at the level that I knew I wanted to promote within our own company. When nobody's watching and nobody's paying attention, how you operate, how you make decisions is where that integrity comes in. I cannot express enough how in this business world that we're in, having the highest integrity is going to set you apart. There are many businesses that have that, and there are many the businesses that don't. How you choose to operate your business is entirely up to you. My recommendation is do it with integrity. How do brands actually lose integrity over time? There's companies that might choose to do small compromises to save money, or perhaps choose to go down a different path because of convenience. And there's this lack of desire to see the big picture. They're just thinking of the short term. I think of a friend of mine who has a home inspection business. He would share stories with me how big home manufacturers were building so quickly because of the demand, and the quality of the work was not meeting the price of the home. That's just an example of how that builder is slowly hurting their own business. They're losing the integrity with the community. When you're working on your brand, when you're making decisions for your company, always consider the big picture. Always consider the end result. While it might save $1 or $2 at the beginning, in the long run, it will cost you much, much more. My next question, Why does consistency matter more than volume in a crowded market? Being consistent with your messaging, being consistent with your services, being consistent with the things that you do that are of value to your clients, it just builds that relationship. It builds trust. It builds predictability. When you're consistent, it just brings a sense of comfort. So, what do people really remember about the brands they trust? Oftentimes, it's how it made them feel. The familiar fonts, the colors, that's in the marketing world since that's my space. It just brings this sense of clarity. They know what they're going to get. It makes it calm, makes it comfortable. So, how do we refine success if integrity is the goal? That's a good one to me. The reputation that I'm building for my brand is going to be one that people recognize as integrity. I want to make sure that everybody on our team has that mindset. And sure, the shiny dollar is amazing, and I have big goals for that. But I will not compromise. When I have to say no, I will say no. When I know that a certain relationship has to end, I can end that, whether it's with a client, with staff, because of the fact that the long-term goals, not only for my business, but for my team, are to be successful with the highest form of integrity. I will not compromise that with the relationship that's not going to be in alignment with those goals for my company. Another way that we know that we're on the right path is the repeat business. People come back for the same product or service because they trust you. They know that you have their best interest at heart. And that says so much about the integrity, the brand. People will recognize your brand with integrity. Chef's kiss. Now, going back to the trends, I'm considering TikTok in my mind right now. There's a lot of trends, and it is so fun to see. It is so fun to watch business owners jumping on and doing the trends to promote their business. However, trying to stay with all of the trends, it creates that busy work. Your brand doesn't have to follow all of the trends. Your brand can make a new trend, and that would be amazing. So I want to leave you with this question today. Where are you feeling pressure to be louder when in reality, your brand needs to be more clear? Thank you for spending this moment with me. If today's conversation resonated, I invite you to follow Mac Moments on your podcast platform so you do not miss future episodes. Growth does not happen all at once. It happens moment by moment. I appreciate you being here, and I look forward to our next conversation.